Ladies and gentlemen, Kocosports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM, half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. Well, you got me, Boom Boom, here shaking the room live from the RVA, talking about Richmond, Virginia, filling in for the able-bodied, but a little busy right now, Dave Kokotis over there in Tokyo, Japan. So let's see, we have a Smackdown now in the record books from Dayton, Ohio. But you know what, kids? The question we're going to ask, and we ask it each, and the first question we ask each and every show is win, loss, or tie. This week's SmackDown. And before we get to that, I want to address something. This is something that popped up in the news recently that's really been bothering me. And imagine me sitting down, like, Indian style with the Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt and a microphone. There's some things I want to get off my chest. Here's what I want to address. I want to address about Vince McMahon addressing the hashtag cancel WWE Network and about the fan complaints. Now, this was today, actually. This was a conference call with Vince McMahon, with the quarterly conference call that they do, 4 times a year. And they talk, and he was specifically asked about the hashtag cancel WWE Network that trended on Twitter, and and then Vince McMahon, kind of laughed it off and said it was good for WWE and it created controversy. And he was very dismissive, excuse me, of the fan complaints. He was saying that it was just collective anger from a vocal minority because, and I'm quoting here, Santa Claus did not come for them. And then he kind of mocked the fans, saying that, they were, as people, they watched the product and they didn't see their guy win, so they're vowing never to watch again. And then, they tune in next week to see how it played out. And he talked about how WWE saw no decline, and this is a quote here, no decline whatsoever, unquote, in WWE Network subscriptions, but that's despite the fact that, remember, the cancellation page, crashed. Now, either Vince McMahon believes that either not a lot of people canceled or they've picked up enough subscribers to cancel for the people who do subscribe. And, infantry, this is what really bothers me. I have never seen a fucking, this isn't like some fucking backstage manager. This isn't some fucking wrestler with an overinflated ego. No, this is the person who runs the motherfucking company. This is the fucking, billionaire, actually millionaire now, who's running this company, who openly mocks the fans, who, treats us like we're garbage, treats us like we don't fucking matter, act like he's so much more goddamn better than us. I can't remember any other fucking I remember, okay, like, let's just look at this in sports. In sports, back when Phil Jackson was coaching the Chicago Bulls, did he ever tell people, well, this is my coaching style, this is what I'm going to do, and if you don't like it, whatever, don't come to the ball games? No. Did George Steinbrenner with the Yankees, if somebody, was like, well, you don't think A-Rod or Derek Jeter's getting enough playing time, you don't like it, fuck you, don't come. Now, yeah, there have been, sports coaches that have, not really admonished the fans, but, like, responded to criticism, but they responded in a better way. One of the best ways I can remember was, it was actually this past year, was Nick Saban, he's the head coach at the University of Alabama. They had the Crimson Tide, were heavy favorites, and they won a ball game against Arkansas, who was in a rebuilding year, and they won by like 1 point, and it was a sloppy game. My God, this was one of the worst football games I've ever watched, and there was a lot of criticism from the fan base, and he, on his Monday, press conference, told everybody, he's like, look, I'm sick and tired of people calling up, acting like, oh, we should have won, acting so angry that we won by that we didn't win by a big enough margin. You should get behind this football team. They're playing hard, they're practicing hard, they're getting better, and I really, want, I'm paraphrasing here, to get behind this football team. We've got a long way to go in this season. And the fans, to their credit, got behind them. And even in entertainment companies, can you imagine like Michael Bay going, You know, I mean, Michael Bay gets all kinds of criticism for his movies, particularly the Transformer movies. He's just, you know, known as a guy who just puts up a lot of explosions. Does he jump up on camera and go, you know what? I'm a multimillionaire. I make box office, you know, blockbusters. You know, and you don't think my movies are good? You know what? If you don't like them, don't show up. George Lucas. I mean, that's another one, and that's actually a perfect example where um, that is somebody that had a rabid fan base, and then he disrespected them, and the creativity went down. But even at the worst, I mean, he never said, you know, you don't like these movies, you know, screw you, fucking nerds, don't watch them. In fact, I mean, there was even a point where I think this was back when Phantom Menace came out. He put like clips like on his website, and you could re-edit that movie if you wanted to. Now, granted, it was for your own home use, but still, I mean, he really put his material out there. But Vince McMahon, for whatever reason, just seems to think we're fucking idiots. He thinks we're garbage. You know, he's laughing at us, says we're a vocal minority. He doesn't listen to us. So, you know what? I'm going to do something here, and this is something that I really didn't think I was going to do here, but you know what? Can you guys see me here? Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what this is real quick? Yeah, this right here, this is my account to the WWE Network. You know, I got this as a birthday present from, well, my wife now. And, you know, I've enjoyed watching it because it's something I can watch NXT on. I've gone back and watched a lot of War Games matches there on with the old WCW. I've watched some old ECW pay-per-views on here. And it's okay, but you know what, Vince? If, you know, I'm a fucking vocal minority and you know what's fucking best for me, and you know, and you're so much fucking smarter than me, and you know what? I understand that. You know, I'm just a spoke in the wheel. My $10 is just a fucking drop in the bucket. But you know what? I realize maybe I'm being hypocritical because I bitch about this stuff all the time, but I really haven't done anything about it. Well, you know what? Click, and there we go. Right there. I've officially right now just canceled my subscription to the WWE Network. Right there, live on air. And you know what? I'm gonna be realistic. Yeah, there's probably a bunch of people that are joining, like Canada, the UK, Ireland. They're picking up steam across the world. And you know what? It's probably not going to make a dent. But I don't care. You know, Vince, you can continue to make your millions, but you're not going to make it all boom boom's fucking dollar. And you know. You know, as Dave Kocosports would say, the problem is there's just too many people who want to be in the business, who want to act like they're in the business. But as Dave Kocosports, you know, always says, if everybody's in the business, then nobody's in the fucking business. You know, you get these assholes that, you know, want to act like WWE can do no wrong because they actually want to sound smart. They want to make fun of pro wrestling fans because somehow it feels like it elevates them. It makes them above it. And it doesn't. It makes you look like a fucking idiot. It makes you look like a fucking asshole. And it just pisses me off that somebody here can openly mock its own fan base and think it's okay, think that's acceptable. You know, Vince, whatever. I hope you keep your fucking million subscribers, and that's fine. You go fucking swimming like a goddamn pool of money like Scrooge McDuck. That's fine, but it won't be with my fucking $10. You know, what am I going to do with my $10? I don't know. Maybe I'll, you know, go fucking rent some movies. Maybe, you know, I can pick up an extra snack when I go to the grocery store. Maybe I can go see a movie or something. Maybe, I don't know. You know, maybe. Oh, you know what I can do? Maybe I think maybe I can subscribe to New Japan World. You know, actually watch some pro wrestling from people who care, from people who have pride, people who have clean finishes, people who respect their fan base. Maybe that's what I'll do. Because, yeah, I seem to forget, Vince, you're smart. Yes, you're such a genius. You're such a genius, Vince. You're the guy who, no. Did you go out, strike it all out on your own? No, you didn't. You took the company that your daddy gave you and you elevated it. That's all you did. You know, when you tried to strike out, every time you try to strike out on your own, Vince, you have failed miserably. The World Bodybuilding Federation, failure. XFL, failure. And now your daughter's following in your footsteps because What is she doing? Is she being like her brother Shane, who's trying to go out and strike it out on his own? Is he like her mom, trying to get a career in something else outside of wrestling, trying to get stuff off her own merits? Nope. Doing like her father before her. She's going to pick up the company that her daddy gave her, have all this money, and act like and just walk around like cock of the walk, like, oh, I did it all on my own. I am so much smarter than you. I am so much better than you. You know what? Start from fucking scratch. Then you can fucking tell me. And if WWE, if you're so successful, if you're so great, why are you giving away your product in February, 1 month? I know exactly why you're trying to give it away. I know exactly why you're trying to give it away, because you're trying to get people to get that free subscription, forget about it, scam them for $10 and jack up your buy rates or all rates so you look good at your fucking next quarterly meeting. Say, oh, look at all these people who subscribe to the WWE Network. Yeah, because fucking Apple totally does that, right? Who else? Netflix? Yeah, they totally do that, right? Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Have fun, Vince. But you're not going to be able to. You can brag about making these millions of dollars. You can brag about having 1 million+ subscribers, but Boom Boom won't be part of it. And you know what? Internet infantry. I'm not telling you you have to cancel your subscription if you got it. If you want to, that's fine. If you want to keep yours, that's fine. This is America, or at least it is over here, and you can do that. You got the freedom. But you know what? I'll be damned if I'm a fucking part of it. I will be damned if I'm part of the shenanigans. Damn, I feel better now. Do you feel better? I feel better. So anyway, let's get around to talking about Smackdown. Of course, this was live from Dayton, Ohio, and I was interested to see kind of how WWE, because I know this was recorded on Tuesday, but they knew this would be airing after the NXT special. And I don't think, and I know in the main roster, at least with the guys up there, at least if you have pride, you don't want to get shown up by your developmental talent. You don't want to get shown up by your quote-unquote rookies, by your inferior talent, whatever. But and I think this, maybe that had some influence, because I feel like maybe they gave it seemed like they actually put a little bit more effort on this. And you can tell because they made Daniel Bryan go out there and wrestle for 80 fucking minutes and carry around, have to carry. I'm surprised his back isn't, broken, having to carry around Roman Reigns. But anyway, live from Dayton, Ohio, it started out with the setup here for a tag team turmoil. It let us know that it was going to be Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns starting it out, and then we're going to have to go through all these tag teams. So that was I think that was a good way to open it, to kind of set the tone for it. Then you start out with your first match is Bray Wyatt versus R-Truth. Bray Wyatt, it's looking like they keep playing who is he calling out? Who is he talking to? Who is he talking about? In his cryptic little rants. And if it's The Undertaker, which I'm pretty sure it is, I honestly don't care. To me, I don't really want to see The Undertaker wrestle again. The only way you can make this WrestleMania special, the only way you can make this better is if The Undertaker said that this was it. This was his final match. That's the only way you can make this WrestleMania special for me, because after he lost against Brock Lesnar, to me, the whole magic of him coming back to wrestle for WrestleMania since he went part-time is, it's gone. It's just like it was all about defending, trying to defend that streak, keep that streak going. And, and he had some great matches, but when it ended, it's just like, okay, who cares? Unless this is his final absolute, this is the last time you get to see him. After this, he's tipping his cap, saying, thank you, I gotta go, peace out, y'all, because The Undertaker would totally fucking say that. He would, that's the only way that it can make it special. But if it's just him coming back, then I really don't care. Don't care to see it. Anyway, Bray Wyatt won. This was under like 5 minutes. Hit Sister Abigail for the win. I thought it was an okay match for what it was. In fact, you know what? Let's just get the graphic over here. Nobody wants to see me anymore. I've already got everything off my chest. Let's just get the graphic about, because this whole show is about making Roman Reigns look strong. Anyway, next here we had the second match. It was a Divas match. It was Summer Rae versus Paige. Now, Summer Rae and Paige, it was okay. It was just about hyping up the match between Nikki Bella and Paige coming up at Fastlane. The Bellas were just fucking horrible. I mean, I think it completely took away from the match. I mean, it's bad when even Byron Saxton's like, guys, look, we got a match going on here. Can we, I guess maybe that was the purpose of the Bella Twins. They were the heels, and they were supposed to be just absolutely irritating on commentary, but this was horrible. But Paige looked great. They had like her and Summer Rae were kind of exchanging submission holds, but eventually Paige got the better and won with the hit her with a super kick, then applied the PTO for the win. A little bit of a stare down with the Bella Twins. Really not looking forward to this match. I really just kind of don't care, just because it's the Bellas. Next, we had Fandango versus Adam Rose. Hey, you know that shitty match we had last week on Raw? Yeah, let's totally do that again with the same results. Fandango wins with the last dance, that leg drop. Let's see, they've announced that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, he's gonna come to the Monday Night Raw because his boys don't fell on hard times, and he's gonna get everything settled between Dustin and Cody, between the Gold Dust and the Stardust, there, brother. Sorry, that was like the worst Dusty Rhodes impression like ever. So, anyway, it's time for Tag Team Turmoil, and to be honest, let me just kind of give you a brief setup here. For those of you who may not know how a Tag Team Turmoil match works, it's just you have two tag teams start out. If you win, you stay in the match. If you lose, obviously you go to the back, and then another team comes in, and it keeps going until all the teams have gone through, and the last team standing is the winner. Well, it was going to be Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns started out, and they were going to have to run through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. They had to run through 6 teams, and I was wondering, if this was going to be really short or really long, because it was just before the top of the hour when they got this match started. I was even thinking either they're going to carry this all the way through, or this is going to be extremely short, but luckily, it wound up being the latter, and I think this is what made the show. This is the only in fact, you can skip almost the entire first hour and you'll be fine. But the Tag Team Turmoil started. You had the first team that came out was Miz and Damien Mizdow. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns made short work of them in about roughly 2 minutes. Daniel Bryan hit the running knee on the Miz. Got the pin. Then came the best bout as far as the Tag Team Turmoil goes. You had the Usos come out. Now, normally I would be pissed off about the Usos and being the tag team champions, being the second ones, but I don't think anybody looked weak here. I mean, this segment of itself went almost 30 minutes, and I was like, good God, they still have to run through how many more teams? What in the world are they going to do? I think this was actually the best place for this. It really showed off, the tension between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. They're forcing themselves in with forced tags, then refusing to tags. There was they were had moments where they were pushing and shoving each other, over disagreements and how the matches were going. They brought in the fact that the Usos and Roman Reigns were cousins, because apparently that's a thing now. Had some great, it was actually some great tag team wrestling. Had some good spots in there. If you'll notice one thing, there was actually a lot of this was Daniel Bryan was in there doing the work, and you would have Roman Reigns occasionally go in there to do some mop-up work. Now, granted, this is the longest that I have ever seen Roman Reigns wrestle, but even during that, even all this tag team turmoil, his work was limited. But remember, kids, they're not really confident on this Daniel Bryan kid, because remember, he got hurt one time, and they're not sure if he's got it anymore. But this Roman Reigns guy, never mind the fact that he was just missed a few months, because of a hernia operation and took acting lessons. No, they're ready to back him all the way, yeah, because he's good to go. But this Daniel Bryan guy, they're not sure, man. He got hurt one time, and it was really bad, but he still came back, and I don't know, he's only fucking over with the entire crowd, why would you want to push this guy? Anyway, Daniel Bryan got the win when he when he locked on the yes lock, got the submission, he got the win. Then they brought out Los Matadores. Um, Daniel Bryan, of course, got that with a tap out win with a double underhook. Um, then we brought out Slater Gator. Yes, he's Slater's back, baby. And he's got a haircut too. So, by the way, I'm glad that all the legal troubles with Heath Slater cleared up. I think that fucking bullshit was going on with him. And if you don't remember, I think it was like a WrestleMania. It was like WrestleMania 28, WrestleMania 29. Some chick worked at a hotel claims that he assaulted her, but she forgot one thing: the statute of limitations had already run out. So the judge was like, "Okay, you said that this guy hit you, and it was when." Okay, and you're just now reporting that? Well, guess what? Yeah, you're out of time. Yeah, case dismissed. Bye. This didn't last long. Titus O'Neil walked into a Superman punch. Roman Reigns hit the spear on Heath Slater to get the 1-2-3. This lasted about a minute, maybe two tops. Then they brought out the Ascension. And I was interested to see how they were going to treat the Ascension in this. What are they going to make them look like fucking pogues? What are they going to do? So I started watching. I was wondering how they were going to do this because it's amazing how good the Ascension looks if you don't have JBL shitting on them the entire match. They were trying to play off these two big tough guys ready for a fight, which I really think helped them. The fact that they were in there working with Daniel Bryan really helped them out. I think they came off looking really strong in this match. They took everything to the outside, the referee ignoring the referee's commands, and eventually when they pulled Daniel Bryan back at the ring him with the fall of man, the referee said you're disqualified. It's over, and they were trying to look like they were going to try to work over Roman Reigns, but flock of referees, a colony of referees, a troop of referees, a pride of referees, a school of referees, whatever you call them, a murder of referees. Anyway, a lot of them came out, and they pulled off the Ascension and escorted them to the back, and then they brought out the final team, which we didn't know was going to participate, so there was a swerve of Big Show and Kane looking like they were going to pick up the scraps here. Crowd really got into it. Daniel Bryan had been working his ass off the entire match. Apparently there was a little bit of dissension between Kane and Big Show. Kane just wanted to destroy Daniel Bryan and Reigns, but apparently Big Show wanted to have a little fun. Kane was trying to get Big Show back on the same playbook. This led to a little jostling back and forth, and eventually Big Show clocked Kane with a KO punch. This left the Big Show vulnerable to a yes lock. He ran right into a spear. Then got hit with a running knee from Daniel Bryan. They got the pin. They both started staring at the WrestleMania sign, and then we signed off. So overall, I'll give it a win. So guys, you tell me, what did you think? Win, loss, or tie? I'm gonna give it I'll give it a win, even though I ran at the top of the show. I'll give the devil his due. It was a decent match. Let's see. But apparently, Kev K. Esco, he disagrees. He says, as I watched tonight, and I couldn't help but imagining Stone Cold just stunning the entire roster while drinking a 24-pack. It was a total loss for me. Ooh, that's harsh. Love it. But if you want to go back and watch this, and we could have it up via Magic, link at Kocosports.com, I would say skip about the first 45 minutes because you're really not going to be missing anything, and just watch the tag team turmoil. That'll take you, with commercial breaks, just a little over an hour. If we cut out the commercials, I think you could probably get the whole thing in probably about 30, 40 minutes. So, but it's worth watching. It just kind of advances the storyline here, and the hype up to Fastlane. So that's what I think about it. Let's see what else we got coming on here. We got some a lot of other things coming up here on Kocosports.com. Before I go, I need to mention that we're going to have Lucha Underground and New Japan reviews coming up a little bit later. Those should be up within the next 24 to 72 hours. That should be up here on Kocosports.com. as always, I want you to, like, favorite, subscribe, whatever. Tell your friends about us. Hell, tell your enemies about us. If you really, really like us, tell all your friends about us. Say, hey, you should check these guys out. They're a breath of fresh air. Or if you really, really fucking hate us, tell all your fucking enemies, like, yeah, you need to watch these guys. Anyway, but either way around, you need to check us out at Kocosports.com. That's KOCOsports.com. It's your home for all combat sports. That includes boxing, mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, amateur wrestling, sumo wrestling, taekwondo, kickboxing, judo. If you can get your nose broke doing it, we got it there on the site. We've even got their video on demand section. We've got our news and gossip section. We've even got a little workout section there for those of you looking to cut a little weight in 2015. And the best part about Kocosports.com is it's absolutely 100% free. And it's one of the few places left on the internet where it's okay to be a passionate fan. It's the crazy thing. If you say, hey, I want my favorite author to win an award, oh, you're a fan. If you say, hey, I want my favorite actor to win an Oscar, hey, you're a fan. Hey, I want my favorite sports team to win the championship or win their conference, hey, you're a fan. But for some reason, if you go into wrestling, hey, I want my favorite wrestler to get a push and be like a champion. Oh, well, you're a fucking greedy fucking mark who don't know a goddamn thing about the business. You should just fucking take what you're doing because they're fucking working you, brother. And if you knew anything about WWE, then you would know that they're the best because they make the most money. So, that's just the way that it is. But not there on Kocosports.com. We actually love our fans. We respect our fans. And thank you very much for following us. The internet infantry has grown so much, and I appreciate that, and it's all because of you, and it's all because of word of mouth. So thank you very much. So, you know what? I'm going to do one final check here for comments. Let's see. I wonder if David Coates could find one. Also, I need to mention on Kocosports.com, you could actually purchase an internet infantry T-shirt. Here's the deal. Some of you are like, hey, when are you going to make some new T-shirts? Well, the production monkeys tell us we have to sell the whole bulk of stuff that we got now. If we sell a lot more, then we'll make another one. So I guess go to Kocosports.com, go find our shirt. It goes, a bulk of that money that you're paying goes to make the shirt. We're not seeing a lot of money off, so it's not like, Dave and I are lighting up cigars with $100 bills because we sell these T-shirts. No, a bulk of that goes to get the T-shirt actually made and shipped to you. So, support us. We support you. Support people like Wrestling Rantin', his YouTube page. Support Jason Rex. He's got his own podcast now called Punky's Playhouse. He's actually pretty good on there. Just support all these guys, and we got links to them at Kocosports.com. So I'm looking here. I'm not seeing any new comments. Going once, going twice. Okay. That's going to do it. So this is Boom Boom, and for my partner Dave Kocotes, I am over.